And here's the dirty little secret when it comes to buying film cameras. Hi, how are you? So I was recently at my local camera shop, just being dead f***ing chatty as always. I needed to pick up some film for a shoot I was on my way to. Long story short, it was revealed to me that in the back of this camera shop there were boxes and boxes and boxes of like film photography stuff just stacked up. A bunch of it like untested and all that sort of stuff. And because I am a total delight to be around, the dude behind the counter was like, do you want to go and take a look through and see if there's anything you want to pick out and then we can sort out like a price? Obviously, I was like, oh yeah, let's go. And proceeded to spend the next like hour just rooting through all these boxes of just goodies. Obviously, I wanted to just buy everything. And I had a little word with myself and I was like, no, there's only so much stuff I can physically fit in the office. So I talked myself down to being like, you have a 10 item limit, Rob. You're not buying anything more than that. So I picked out a bunch of stuff and I thought it'd be cool to just sort of work through all the stuff that I bought here on the YouTube channel. So we're going to start off with the cameras. I'm going to go through these like one at a time. So today's video is all about the Fujifilm DL15 film camera. I think the DL stands for drop loading because this camera has a drop loading mechanism in the back. Very, very cool. I'll show you how that works. Whoa. Nearly. So you pop open the back and the camera kind of half opens like this. So essentially what you do, you put your film roll in the top side here. You pull the leader across here. You close the back. And it's done. It does the rest for you. Very cool. It's a really quick way to do it. I blasted for a few rolls with this camera and it is very, very quick to reload. It didn't come with that gnarly ET sticker on the back. I put that on myself. The camera has a ISO 400-200 switch at the bottom here, and the camera is focus free. So anything over like a meter away will be in focus. And that feature in particular makes me very, very happy. No idea on the aperture or shutter speed with this camera. I'm guessing it's like f11-ish and like 1/25 shutter speed, roughly. Don't really care because I'm going to be using it with this little flash anytime that I'm using it. Look at that cute little pop-up flash. You'll love to see it. The second I saw this camera, I was like, yeah, I am having this one. So I will tell you how much this cost me at the end of the video, and we'll also talk a little bit about the cheat code of buying film cameras. So to test this camera out, I threw a roll of Kodak Ultramax 400 in it, and I took it through a haunted house attraction. Quite an aggressive test, that, to be fair. Like, they're demanding circumstances. You may recognize some of these photos from a previous video that I shared recently. If you do recognize these photos, you're a legend because it means you've seen that video. Thank you for checking it out. I'm trying to not go off on a tangent here, but I visited this haunted attraction a few times when I was a kid. Loved it, scared the shit out of me. It's like a gnarly little independent seaside attraction and it has that real gritty charm. Now remember when I said that this camera was focus free and I was very stoked about it? This scenario is a perfect example of why. So what's specifically great about the camera being focus free is there is no autofocus to hunt and focus breathe in difficult scenarios. Because the likelihood there is you just come away with blurry photos. If I had any of my autofocus equipped point and shoot film cameras with me on this trip, they would have been the last things I would have wanted to use in this specific scenario, just because I know how challenging the light was going to be, and that's where something that is focus free is way better for a scenario like this. I also think this camera would be perfect for like live music photography. I tend to shoot quite aggressive music, so it's usually quite hectic, and yeah, trying to follow people without tracking autofocus can be a little bit difficult. So a focus-free camera where you know the limitations, way better tool in that scenario in my opinion, and I'm going to be trying this out at some live music stuff very, very soon. I do really wish this camera had options for like higher ISO films. If you are familiar with the channel at all, then you will know how much I love shooting Delta 3200 in the middle of the night, but sadly that will not be an option with this camera. The camera also takes AA batteries, which is super handy because you can get them pretty much anywhere. Sounds like it's not a big deal, but it is a really big deal in my opinion. Overall, very stoked on this camera. It just feels nice to use as well, and I like that it's Fujifilm as well. I don't have many Fujifilm point and shoots, so I feel like this is a nice one to add to the collection. Overall, very happy with this purchase, and this bad boy right here cost me a cool £5. I've spent that on a shit coffee before. So that is the first camera down. I think there are 2 more point and shoot film cameras from this little haul that I'm going to want to talk about, and we'll do that in an upcoming video. But I wanted to end this video with like what I think is the dirty little secret of buying film cameras that if you haven't been doing it for a long time, you might not have realised. And that is the trick of buying them in person where the internet just cannot go. If you go on eBay, you're going to find a whole load of really great trendy film cameras with super high prices because everyone is going to the same places to look for them. And you'll have heard about this camera because it's popular. So someone like me will have made a video about it, accidentally sent the prices sky high on these cameras because everyone goes looking for them at the same time. But film was the dominant media for so long that there are almost an infinite amount of cameras out there that are just as good that people just don't know about, myself included. And that is the magic of stumbling upon cameras like these that I'd never heard of before and picking them up at a really good price and just taking a roll of the dice on them. If you go to thrift stores, charity shops in the UK, estate sales, all those sorts of places, auctions are really good too. All these sorts of places where film photographers aren't looking for film cameras, then you can stumble upon some insane deals. There's a lot of videos out there on the internet of people like stumbling upon like Leicas and stuff like that in thrift stores, which is just, that's crazy. So my advice would be to go outside, root through boxes at like charity shops, thrift stores, estate sales, yard sales, all that sort of stuff. Dig to the bottom of the boxes, dig to the places where other people aren't willing to look, and who knows, you may just stumble upon your next banger film camera that you possibly never even heard of before. But anyway, that is me. Thank you for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like it, consider subscribing to the channel. Please do feel free to leave a comment. Let me know that you enjoyed the video so I know to get round to making the next video about these cameras quicker. I am leaving for a trip to the US soon, so I'm not sure how soon I'll be able to turn it around, to be honest. I have to go out and try these cameras out. But yeah, big old trip to America coming up. Very excited. Going to be shooting so much film stuff while I'm there. An insane amount of film photography. Very stoked. But anyway, thank you for being here. I hope you are good. I hope you are well. I hope your family's good. Your dog is good. As always, scratch behind the ears from me. And hopefully, I will catch you in the next video. Vintage fit check, baby. So this isn't actually vintage, and I think you've probably seen it a bunch of times. But this Reed Man, dope Simpsons sweater. It's a gnarly bootleg. I'm stoked on it. Bring on like the cooler season where I can start wearing sweaters and hoodies again. All right, I've waffled enough. Peace.